Remember when you were in school, every now and then you'd be able to take a field trip to
Right.
some interesting place, some historic place. And when you retire, you get to a certain age when you don't have to work anymore, which he just attained. He takes field trips now.
Right.
And the latest one was to Boston. You've been there before, but interesting part about this trip is something that I clued you in on.
Yes, I have my Boston souvenir sweatshirt on because I was back there. I'll be transparent for Thanksgiving holidays with loved ones. And you have mentioned a spot that I really should check out.
I read in a book about the World Series that I think that the first World Series was held in Boston.
Right.
When it was, I can't
Well, they were called the Boston Americans.
Boston Americans.
They were nicknamed a little bit to the Pilgrims by local press.
Okay. So the stadium in which they played no longer exists, but where it used to be is the Northeastern University campus.
Exactly. It's
in
right
Boston.
on campus in Boston. You know, it's funny, Denny. You've mentioned it to me a few times, and I just never saw it. I walk around quite a bit when I'm back there, obviously. But this time around, yeah, I looked it up on the map, and it takes a little bit of effort to get there, but it's right in the heart of campus. So yeah, I was there.
And what'd you find?
Well, I saw an amazing statue that they put up commemorating that first ever World Series.
This spot right here marks where the first ever modern day baseball World Series took place. And that happened in 1903. It featured Boston versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it was 1901 that the Huntington Avenue baseball grounds officially opened. Boston played baseball here until 1911.
And the statue, you showed me a picture,
Right.
Cy Young.
Right. Yes, the statue of Cy Young, very impressive, and so were the number of wins, right?
511 wins by Cy Young.
Yeah.
No one will ever hit that.
No one will ever touch that
No.
record. And it's sitting right there. I think it was 1993 that the statue was erected, and they've got it in the exact spot, the location of the infield for the stadium, and yeah, it's all very cool.
Wasn't there a spot where the original home plate was located? Did you ever find that?
You know, they did not have a home plate, but I think the Cy Young statue designates
where it was.
The mound. Yeah, I think.
Oh, the mound.
Right, I think that's the mound, and then the home plate. Then, of course, would be where he's aiming, and that's out
60
in,
feet 6 inches away.
Thank you, Dennis. I knew it was 60 feet plus, but thank you. And it's what they've done, they've created a really neat park, and I think that's all where the infield used to be located.
What a historic spot for baseball fans. It's here on the campus of Northeastern University in Boston. So glad I found it, took a look, pretty cool.
Now, you have visited another interesting spot on campus.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that, or where you went.
All right. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, Denny. The Northeastern University campus, which is right in the heart of Boston again, it's got some really great sports locations. Yeah, so we've talked a lot about the first ever World Series, but they also have Matthews Arena. It's a hockey arena that seats around 5,000 people. And it's the oldest arena left in America, the oldest one that's going.
And it's actually formerly called the Boston Arena.
Right?
An historic multi-purpose arena in Boston, currently owned by Northeastern University, and over 120 years old, is the world's oldest multi-purpose athletic building still in use, as well as the oldest arena in use for ice hockey. Wow. There are current plans to demolish it and replace it with a new facility.
Right.
One more interesting note, it is the original home of the Boston Bruins.
Right. I know. It's quite a...
One of the original 6 in the NHL.
In the NHL, right. So it's really... And even knowing that it's going to be demolished, I mean, I get it. Everything has to be eventually improved and made nicer. But, for such an old arena, it actually was in really good shape. The seats are padded. I would guess along the way there was some remodeling done. I'm sure it used to be just bleachers a long time ago. But there's padded seats. It's great sight lines. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer to see it go. I don't know. I enjoyed going to a game there.
All buildings must eventually be torn down and replaced with something new and
right.
internet ready.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I guess that wraps up the field trip part of Blake's and Pounds from Studio G. It was a good time though for me. Great little trip. Yeah.
I didn't make the trip. I didn't have that much fun. I was losing power at that time.
Right. We're coping. Well, we'll let you go on the next one. How's that?
Okay.
Here comes